What's up, guys? For the intro of this video, I just wanted to state that for the player prop section of this video, I will be giving away a $2,000 slip, $250 to win $2,200. So that slip will be posted live on the video. If you guys do want to get that slip, watch till the end. You can break it up into two-man slips if you want as well and play it that way to be a little bit safer. But I will be locking in this four-man live. So just want to throw that out there. Let's jump into this video. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. The big NFL Sunday for week one. We've got some really good games, which we're going to talk about. So I'm not going to talk about every single game on the slate, obviously. I'm going to pick my favorite games on the slate, or at least a few of them. We're going to talk about those. Then we're going to talk about some player props for this slate. I'm going to give you guys 4 to 5 money lines, as well as 4 to 5 player props that I like for this slate. Hopefully we can cash out. We had a massive Friday night and Thursday night for the first 2 opening games of NFL. We cashed on both the Cowboys game and on the Chargers-Chiefs game. So if you guys watched the video for the Chargers-Chiefs game, swept every single pick. We cashed all 4 of our player props as well as our call for the game. We called Chargers +3. Obviously, Chargers won the game 27-8, 27-21, I think is what it was. It was a good game, man. I honestly was a little worried the Chiefs were going to come out there and cover the spread, but they ended up getting beat. So taking a look at some of our plays, these 2 slips were directly from the free pick video. I showed you guys live locking them in. Travis Kelce, Justin Herbert, and then Kareem Hunt, longest reception. We cashed this one $250 for $900, so a nice $650 profit. Herbert, Hunt, and Kelce. We locked in the same slip with Kareem Hunt over receiving yards instead of longest reception because we had some difficulties looking at those 2 props in the last video if you did watch it. So we won $75 for $250 on Prizepicks. Bad beat of the day. Cam Dicker Herbert with Xavier Worthy. Obviously, Xavier Worthy got injured. I have Xavier Worthy in fantasy football, so I'm hoping the dude comes back because he was one of my top picks in the draft. So we'll see how that goes. But that was a bad beat, a void on chalkboard. We had Cam Dicker and Patrick Mahomes cash us out. Butker, Hampton, and Mahomes cash us out on underdog. Herbert and Mahomes cash out on sleeper. Here's some of the wins from the day before with Prescott and Barkley. Some of our money lines. We need the Jaguars to win by minus or +3. So as long as the Jaguars cover +3 spread right here, we do have a $500 win over on Bovada. We had this one that cashed. I mean, you guys saw all the wins. There's no point in going over them again. Great 2 days of NFL. I am going to pick a winner from our last video to win a free month of our VIP. If this video gets 200 likes, I'm going to pick another comment down in the comments to win a free month. So if you're interested in a free month, drop a comment. I'll give you guys, or I'll pick a random comment if we hit 200 likes. I do want to say if we hit 500 likes on this video before tomorrow, I will drop a 4 to 6 man parlay for free in the free pick section of my Discord. So get the likes on this video to 500. We'll drop that free slip. I'll probably drop my free kicker slip as well, which I do a kicker slip every week. I have a nice one that we've cooked up. I'm thinking it's going to cash, and I'll drop another one for you guys if we can get this video to 500 likes. But that being said, let's pick our winner from the last video. The winner is for Don West, who said, let's get that money. Well, Don West, send me a message on Discord, Ryan Fantasy Aces or Fantasy Ace on Discord. I'll get you added for a free month, my man. I appreciate the love and support from every single one of you guys. This video got more views than we've gotten in a long time, and I really do appreciate that. NFL is back, and it's going to be another winning season. If you guys do want to get all of our plays, link to our WAPs down in the description. We'll link to the Discords in the description. The Discord's absolutely free to join. You can join through WAP or through the Discord link. But if you want to get all the VIP plays, every player prop, every money line, every sports book, everything our mods post for $25 a month or $10 a week, you can get everything through our WAP link. If you need help with that, just send me a DM on Discord and I'll get you guys all the help you need. But that being said, guys, let's take a look at these games for today. And I'm going to talk about the 2 big games first. I broke down 2 of these games as in depth as I could, really, in terms of not making this video too long. So we're going to break down this Bills versus Ravens game, and then we're going to break down the Lions versus the Packers game, which is 2 of the better games on the slate. And we're going to break these down in depth first. We're going to go over those 2 games. And then I'm going to go over about 3 other games and just kind of give my favorite bets on that game and kind of talk about it a little bit, but not too in-depth. Then we'll jump into player props. So that being said, guys, let's talk about the Packers versus the Lions game to start off this video. So right now we got Green Bay minus 120 odds at home, which means you can get the Lions right now at plus 124 on DraftKings, which is going to be your best value. The spread on this game is minus 1.5 for Green Bay to win, and the total on this game is sitting at 47.5 with plus money on Novig. Looking at the public betting on this game, 70% of the bets, 77% of the money are on the Lions, covering the spread. 80% of the bets and 85% of the money are on the Detroit Lions to cover that 1.5 spread. And then if you look at the over-under on this game, you got 70% and 92% of the money on the over on this game. So you guys can see the public massively favoring the Lions in this game. And I'll give you guys my pick here in just a minute, but let's break down what these teams have done. So looking at this game, the Lions coming off a season with one of the almost or pretty much #1 offense in the league last year. Very strong defense. They bring back pretty much everybody they had last year and look to be another solid team this year. The Packers bring back a team averaging 27 points per game last year and a defense that was 6th in the league in scoring. So this is going to be a very, very good game for the opening Sunday for NFL from between two really strong playoff potential teams. Looking at the Packers, they did pick up Micah Parsons, as you guys know, from Dallas. As a Dallas fan, obviously that one kind of hurt us for this year. I think it's going to make us a better team in the next couple years, though. So they do have Micah Parsons on defense wearing number 1. So we'll see how he does in this opening game. And they seem to have a winner's mindset. It looks like the Packers have put in a lot of resources for this season, trading 2 #1 draft picks for Parsons, some other things for Parsons, trying to make this season the season that maybe they try to win it all, and we'll see what happens. These teams did play twice last year. The Lions ended up bringing home the dub in both, and you can click the head-to-head on this game, and you can see the 2 games. So Green Bay lost the second game 31-34, a 65-point game. Then the game before that, Green Bay lost at home 24-14. So the first game they played last season, a little bit slower pace in that second game, but the Lions ended up picking up the dub on both of those. So that being said, guys, looking at the Packers offense versus this Lions defense, Packers have a really strong run game. Got Josh Jacobs at #1 RB. I have Josh Jacobs in my fantasy draft as well. One of my favorite pickups. I do think he has a great season this year. If they can get this run game established early, it will open up a lot of different opportunities for the quarterback, Jordan Love. They have a veteran offense against a new defensive coordinator for the Lions, and I look for them to have an up-tempo offense and to be very aggressive in this game. I do think they are going to be pretty aggressive and keep this a pretty fast-tempo game. The Detroit's defense, they got their new defensive coordinator in Kelvin Shepard. I like Shepard. I think he's going to have a good year as well, but there's still some unknowns with this Lions defense in that aspect. They do have a lot of injuries as well defensively, and they did end up leading the league in big plays allowed last year, allowing 62 plays last year for more than 20 yards. So I think they're going to struggle against this Packers offense. I think the Packers offense has the edge in terms of offense versus defense on this one, and I like for Green Bay to be able to move the ball pretty easily. If you look at the other side of things, you look at the Lions offense versus the Packers defense. Lions offense, one of the best in the league last year. We all know this. They got Goff, they got Gibbs, they got Amari St. Brown, they got Laporta. So many offensive options that can lead to big plays coming from this Lions offense. Packers defense, on the other hand, no joke, man. I've already told you, they were 6th in the league in points allowed per game last year. Very, very solid defense. They had 31 turnovers last year. They make big plays, and they did just pick up Parsons, adding to this defensive threat. So I think this is going to be huge for them. I think they're going to have a really good season, to be honest with you. And I feel like the defense for the Packers is just as good as the offense for the Lions. I mean, obviously that's a matter of opinion. I do think they kind of cancel each other out in that aspect. And if you look on the other side of things, I told you, I think Green Bay has the offensive edge over the Lions defense. That being said, guys, for this game, I'm going to take an unconfident Packers money line. So I'm going to take Green Bay in this game. Green Bay minus 120 if you want to play the line. I do think I'm going against the public on this one. I think Green Bay pulls out a win at home tonight. I think they're going to have a good season. I think they're going to be one of the teams to beat this year. I think the Lions are going to have a great season as well. I'm pulling for Green Bay in this one at home, and I could see this game going either way. I just want to throw that out there. So that's my pick, Green Bay minus 120 and Green Bay to win this game. So jumping into the next big game, I've already told you guys what I'm doing for this one, or Told you guys how I'm going to break this down. But we got the Ravens taking on the Bills, playing in Buffalo. Right now, Buffalo plus 112 on Novig. That's at home versus the Ravens. So the Ravens slightly favored. Buffalo getting plus 1.5 on the spread, and the total in this game is over 50.5. If we take a look at the public betting on this game, 54% of the bets, 53% of the money on the Ravens, so this is pretty much dead center on this one. 67% of the money, or 67% of the bets, and 57% of the money on the Ravens to cover the minus 1.5 spread. And then you got over 50, you got 57% of the bets, and 88% of the money taking the over on this game total. So let's break this game down, guys. So this is another really good game that resembles a playoff game. We already know this is going to be a powerhouse game. I'm super excited to watch it. The Bills were 8-0 last year at home during regular season, and they were 2-0 at home during the playoffs. That's a 10-0 at home for the Bills. Tough team to come to Buffalo and beat. Baltimore, obviously, an insanely strong schedule to open this up. They open up on the road against the Bills. Then they play the Chiefs and the Lions on the road in back-to-back games. So 3 strong games on the road early in this season. The Bills, on the other hand, only 1 tough game, and then they play 5 games against teams with negative records from last year. So Bills, obviously, schedule starting out for the first half a lot easier than the Ravens. These teams ended up playing twice last year. The Bills got destroyed in game 1, 35-10 on the road versus the Ravens. And then the Ravens got beat in a close 27-25 game later on in the playoffs. So let's come over here to head-to-head game. I'll show you guys so you can actually see the visual on this. Buffalo won at home 27-25. Then they lost on the road 35-10 in the opening game versus Baltimore last year. Now, looking at that second game in the playoffs, that was a cold night game in Buffalo. Obviously, they are going to have the advantage in this game. So that one, I don't know, man. I'm not sure how I want to look at these in terms of how much weight they're going to play in this game. Obviously, both teams are very good. This game is one of those that could be coin flip, and I'm going to give you guys my pick here in just a minute. But let's break down the Baltimore offense versus this Bills defense. If you look at Baltimore, offense versus the Bills defense, I think Baltimore has a slight edge in this one. Ravens had one of, if not the best offense in the league last year. Lamar Jackson at quarterback, who had a foot injury in the offseason. If he's 100% ready to go, then they have both a strong pass game and a strong run game between him and Derrick Henry at running back. You guys know Derrick Henry is a freaking beast. One of my favorite running backs in the league. Dude always turns up for these games, especially these big games versus Buffalo. Very, very explosive offense. Averaged over 30.5 points per game last year. Henry rushed for 199 yards and then 84 yards in his first 2 games versus the Bills. So 199 in game 1 where they won 35-10, and then still ran for 84 in game 2 in that really, really cold game in the playoffs. So this Bills defense are expected to play hard. Obviously, they're a hard defense. They ended up blitzing a lot in that second game for on Lamar. I think they're gonna kind of do the same thing. I think we're going to see some man-to-man coverage from Buffalo. A lot of blitzes on Lamar to force him into maybe some runs, things like that. But still, man, I don't think this Buffalo's defense is going to be able to stop Baltimore. I really don't. I think Baltimore has the edge, offense versus defense, and I think they're going to be able to move the ball with success, both running the ball and passing the ball. And I'm leaning more towards the edge for the Ravens running the ball a little bit, which we'll talk about player props here in a minute. But I like Derrick Henry in this game. I'm going to go ahead and throw that out there. So looking at the other side of things, we're going to look at the Bills offense versus the Baltimore defense. Really, really productive offense last year for the Bills. Averaged over 30 points per game. They got James Cook with over 1,000 yards last season. They re-signed him. They have Ray Davis. They have Ty Johnson. And they have, obviously, the beast of the quarterback in Josh Allen, who can both run the ball and throw the ball. This Ravens defense is the #1 rushing defense, but they did give up 147 yards and 3 rushing TDs in Game 2 last year versus the Bills. So you got to remember that as well. I think this Ravens defense does come out here fired up to stop the run, but they have struggled last year in the passing game, man. Their passing defense struggled. Their secondary was one of their weaknesses last year, and I do think they drafted a little bit to try to fix some of these issues. I personally think both these teams are going to have some success moving the ball in this one, and I expect a pretty high-scoring game in this one. I think they cover this total on this one, so that's one of my picks. I think the total over 50.5 is a good play, -105. I'm going with the public, 88% of the money on this one, which scares me slightly. Obviously, this is game 1. Nerves, things like that. This team's going to have to get in their groove. They could open up a little bit slow, but 50.5, pretty high scoring in the NFL, and I do think these two teams are going to cover it. If I had to pick a team to win this game, I'm taking the Ravens minus 113. This one's coin flip, guys. I'm not super confident in this one either. I do like this one. I can see the Bills winning. Obviously, the Bills at home. But the way the Ravens played last year in the first game that wasn't 10 degrees, then I think that they're going to come out here and I think they're going to have some success. So taking the Ravens in this one, minus 113 with the total over 50.5 as my two picks for this game. So for the next three games, I'm just going to kind of go through them real quick. I'm not going to go over an insanely long write-up or anything like that. Just kind of give you guys my picks. The first one we're going to look at is Tampa Bay versus the Falcons. So you got the Falcons playing at home, plus 105 on Novig, plus one underdog. So very, very close on this game. This one's kind of a 50-50 in terms of odds. Over 46.5 is the total in this game. And then if you look at the public, 70% of the bets, 48% of the money are on the Buccaneers. So you got more money on Falcons than you do Buccaneers. The Falcons obviously at home. The spread on this one, +1. You got more money on the Falcons to cover that spread as well. And then you got the total. You got 89% of the money on the total going over 46.5. So this, to me, two defenses that are pretty weak last year. I think both of them are going to be a little bit better defensively than they were last year. But both the offenses, I think, are going to be firing pretty good against a weak defense. I think this game could be pretty high scoring. I like the over 46.5 on this one. And in terms of picking a winner, not a whole lot I want to say about this one. Penix hasn't showed a lot. He only had 3 starts last season. I think Penix has a lot of talent. I think he could come out here and have a good season, but I'm not too sure about it. So we'll see what happens with this. I'm going to take the Buccaneers on this one. I'm taking on minus 104 for the money line. That's going to be my pick with the total over 46.5. You can pick the one you want on that one. I think they both cash. You could tease them if you wanted to. Take maybe Tampa Bay +3 with the over 42.5 or something for around the same odds. It's up to you guys how you want to play it. That's going to be my pick for this game. Like I said, I'm going to go through these a little bit quicker, so this video is not 45 minutes long. But anyways, second game I want to talk about, or technically the fourth game I want to talk about, is going to be the Panthers versus the Jaguars. This one, Jaguars are sitting minus 180 odds, Panthers plus 178 on the road in Jacksonville. Jacksonville is minus 3.5 favorites, and the total in this game is sitting over 46.5. Taking a look at the public on this one, 82% of the money is on the Panthers, and then you got 93% of the money on Carolina covering a 3.5 spread. The over on this one, 87% of the money. So the public on this, all over the Panthers, which I strongly disagree with, man. I have to go against the public big time. I think the Jaguars are going to have a pretty decent season this year, man. They got a new head coach. They got some good pickups from the draft. Trevor Lawrence, honestly, man, coming from Clemson, he's been pretty disappointing in the NFL so far. But I think he has a lot of potential. I think he's a good quarterback. He just makes some dumb mistakes sometimes, and he hasn't had a good offensive line or anything like that. If you look at him this year, man, he's got Travis Etienne again, or Etienne. He picked up Travis Hunter, who's I'm pretty sure playing both sides of the ball. I'm pretty sure he's going to be receiving in this one, obviously. Then you got Brian Thomas Jr., so he's got some good receivers to throw to. Obviously, Trevor Lawrence can run the ball as well. I think he's going to be a good quarterback. I think this year he's going to have a better season than he's had in the past. For this one, I'm not a huge fan of what I've seen from the Panthers. I don't lean on the Panthers to have a very good season this year. I lean heavily in favor for Jacksonville on this one if you want to take their money line, minus 180. I like Jaguars money line, and I'm like on minus 2.5. I think they cover by a field goal if you guys do want to take that as well. But that's going to be my opinion on this game, Jacksonville money line or Jacksonville minus 2.5 if you want to buy it down from 3.5. So up to you guys what you want to do here. Obviously, if you guys do not agree with me on any of these picks, follow your gut, follow your heart, and don't get mad at me if Jacksonville comes out here and gets beat by 40, because I'm just telling you, this is just the way I'm looking at this game. So last game I'm going to cover on this one, and this one's probably going to be the shortest write-up of all, is going to be the Broncos versus the Titans. I'm only covering this game because my wife is from Colorado, and she is a Broncos fan. So to me, I'm kind of got to pull for the Broncos as my secondary team. Obviously, I'm a Dallas fan at heart, but I will pull for the Broncos as long as they're not playing Dallas. So let's just throw that out there. So Denver right now, minus 385, juiced line versus the Titans, plus 370. Denver is minus 8.5 favorites, and the over on this game is sitting at 42.5. So Broncos looked very, very good last year. Really strong team. Almost beat the Chiefs at the end there before the field goal block. I think they're going to be even better this year. Bo Nix got some experience under his belt. I like the Bo Nix, man. Bo Nix made me a lot of money last year. I played Bo Nix passing yards a lot, and he cashed me out a lot. I leaned the Broncos to win on this one pretty heavily. I don't think they're going to have too much trouble with the Titans. Obviously, this is opening week. Titans could come out here and get the upset. I don't personally think that's going to happen. I don't have a bet for this one that I'm going to lock in just yet. I'm going to look at teasers. So I'm going to look at the either like under 45.5, under 46.5 with the Broncos minus 4.5, something like that. That's kind of what I'm looking at, is the Broncos spread, buying it down with the over, either buying it down to go over or up to go under. So I don't think this is going to be a super high scoring game. So I think the Titans are going to struggle to move the ball versus this Broncos defense. Offensively, I don't think the Titans are going to have a whole lot of success, but we'll see what happens, guys. So this one, I don't really have a pick other than I think the Broncos win. I don't trust them to cover an 8.5 point spread. As you guys saw, Dallas covered their spread versus the Eagles and almost beat them. So spreads minus 8.5 that high are kind of tough in week 1, and I wouldn't trust that. But if you buy it down a little bit, you want to take it in a parlay or something like that, I think things like that are okay. So that's going to be my pick for our for the next start of this video. What I meant to say is for the rest of this video, we will cover some player props. So I got some player props pulled up, guys. I have 4 of them that I like that I'm going to give you guys for free. If you guys do want to get our long shot parlay, if this video hits 500 likes, you got to be in the Discord. That's where I'm going to post it. That being said, guys, if you want to get a free month of our VIP, you can sign up for any partnered app. Chalkboard, Parlay Play, Sleeper, Underdog, Better, Novig, Dabble. Any of those 7 apps will get you a free month of VIP. You can get up to 7 full months for free if you guys want to. That being said, links for all those are down in the description. Let me know. Chalkboard is a huge one right now. Chalkboard will give you $20 for free no matter what if you use code Fantasy Aces. Once you guys sign up with code Fantasy Aces, they just give you $20. No deposit required, and that's the one I recommend a lot of people start with just because you do get a free $20. Parlay Play does the same thing. They give you $5 for free, and then they deposit match up to $100 as well as you get free VIP. It's a no-brainer. Parlay Play, not many people have. It's one of my favorite platforms. I play on it a lot. As you guys can see, my bankroll in here is right at $6,400. I keep a lot in Parlay Play most of the time, and I play on them a lot. So that being said, guys, let's go ahead and jump into these player props for today. The first player prop that I have is going to be from the Broncos side of things. I'm running with the wagon last year. I'm running with Bo Nix. So Bo Nix, pass and rush yards is what I'm taking on this one. His original line's sitting at 241. You can buy it down to 225. I think he covers both. I'm personally going to play this safe. I'm buying him down to 224.5. We're going to come over here to Parlay Play, click NFL. We're going to hit Bo Nix. And then we're going to look at pass and rush yards on this one. So pass and rush yards, 224.5 is a 1.67x. So almost at a regular payout on this one. You should be able to get this on Prizepicks as well. We're going to search Bo Nix. We're going to search pass and rush yards right here. And 224.5 you can get. And we're going to check the value between Parlay Play and Prizepicks to see where the better lines are, and then we'll play it on the best app. But we'll go ahead and close that out. But anyways, Bo Nix cashed this line in 67% of his games last season. 12 of 18 games, he averaged 244 pass and rush yards combined. You can see some of these games getting over 300. He is going against the Tennessee defense that was ranked 2nd last year in passing yards, and then 26th in rushing yards. And that's one reason I decided to take the rushing yards. If you look at Bo Nix, man, he had some games last season where he just scrambled a lot. And a team that gives up, which we'll find out here if I can find rushing yards. All right, here we go. So you can see Bo Nix, man. He averaged 26. Some of these games he's getting less than double digits in terms of rushing yards. But some of these games, man, 75 rushing yards versus the Saints. Some of these games, man, he scrambled so much. And I think the opportunity here and the value here for his ceiling on rushing yards makes this line even better. Because if you look at Tennessee's rushing defense, we already saw 26 in the league, giving up 134 rushing yards per game versus quarterback. One of the worst defenses in the league versus scrambling quarterbacks, giving up 26 yards per game on average versus the quarterback in terms of scrambling. I think this is a place where Bo Nix could get some rushes. He averaged 5.3 rush attempts per game last season, some games getting 10. That was versus the Saints, obviously. They obviously passed the ball 56% of the time. They're going to look to throw. Bo Nix has got an arm on him. He had a lot of success last year. I just think he's going to be a good play for this. If you want to take just his passing yards and buy it down, you can do that as well. If you want to take just his rushing yards, go for that too, guys. It's up to you. But I think taking the combination on this one is the best because if he rushes for 50-plus yards, he only needs 175 passing yards, which is very easy for Bo Nix to get. So I'm going to take this line. You can buy it down more if you want. If you want to take it higher, you can do that. You guys kind of use your own discretion on this, but Bo Nix is one of my favorite plays on the slate in terms of pass and rush yards, and I really like this line. Jumping into our second player prop of the day, we're going to be taking the Baltimore Ravens, Derrick Henry. So I told you guys as I was talking about the Ravens, I like Derrick Henry in this matchup. I think he rushes for over 80. His original line sitting at like 82. Let's take a look at this real quick. Let's get the exact numbers. So Derrick Henry on Prizepicks is sitting at 83.5 rushing yards. You can take that line if you want, and we'll check it on Parlay Play as well, just to see. Is it really going to do this to me. It's going to make me scroll all the way down. Okay. Anyway, so original line at a 1.8x is 82.5. So you actually have better value on parlay play, and the payout on this slip would be a 3.04x, which you guys can see. The payout on Prizepicks at this line is going to give you a 2.75x. So, I mean, let's be honest, guys. Why would you not take a 3.04 rather than a 2.75 for a line that's less? So parlay play value on this play is way better. I'm going to buy Derrick Henry down to to a 69.5. I think he gets 70 pretty easily, and I'm going to take him at 224.5, at 2.25x. So 250 would win us 560 on this, which is what I'm probably going to lock in. If you took him at 69.5 on Prizepicks, this would give you a 2.25x. So the value on Prizepicks is so crazy, man. It's so crazy how the alt line pays better on Prizepicks, but the other one pays way worse on Prizepicks. So anyways, you guys, it's only a 0.01x difference, which is the difference ends up being like $2.50. But that being said, it's still a difference. 250 could add up after 10 or 20 plays. So play the value you want on the app you want. But Derrick Henry at 69.5 is what I'm going to take it at. That being said, guys, I know some people don't like alt lines. I get crap in the comments all the time about it. You do not have to play the alt lines. I'm giving you plays that I like the original line for too. I am just buying it down for me because I would rather play a lowered line for a little bit less of a payout just because that's my style. If your style is going for big wins, play the original line, man. I think Derrick Henry rushes for more than 83 yards, so that's just my opinion. It's gonna be close. He's gonna have to break a big one for that to happen. Even to 70 rushing yards, he's gonna have to break a big one. But he's had a lot of success last year, and I don't think they're gonna be able to stop him this year either. So Derrick Henry is my second pick. Jumping into the third player prop of the day that we're gonna be running, it's gonna be for our man Fairburn, the Houston kicker, taking Fairburn over 1.5 field goals made. One of my favorite kickers in the league last year. Dude cashed me out majority of games. You could almost lock him in every single game and he would cash, mainly because this Houston offense would struggle to score. They'd drive down the field a little bit, get held, and he'd kick. And you can see Fairburn, longest field goal made last year was 59 yards. Tons of field goals over 50 yards. He averaged 85% hit rate on his field goals, averaged 2.6 attempts per game. Some of these games getting 4 attempts. He cashed this line 79% of games. This is versus the Rams. The Rams, I think they're going to get a couple stops on Houston. Houston didn't show too much last year. Houston should be good, but we'll see what happens with the Texans, man. I don't trust them too much on this one. I do like Fairburn, though, at 1.5 field goals made is plus 100 odds if you wanted to bet it on a sports book. We can get this on Prizepicks as well. And the payout here is probably going to be better on parlay play. Don't hold me to that. I don't know for sure. So this slip would give us a 3.75x on parlay play if we threw in Fairburn. And then 1.93x. You look at the value on Prizepicks, our parlay play, man. That is such good value. This gives us a 4.5x compared to 3.75. So the payout is $1,135 compared to $937. This is $200 difference, guys. You need parlay play just for stuff like this. A 1.9x on Fairburn's crazy, man. To me, that's crazy. Now, he could chalk it, but that's crazy to me. But Fairburn, not a whole lot more talking I need to do about that one. He should cash this line. He should get 2 field goal attempts as long as he hits both of them. We should be gravy and good to go on that one. Last player prop that I have for today is going to be for our man Sam Darnold. I'm taking Darnold's passing yards. He's playing for Seattle this year from the Vikings. His passing yard line is sitting at like 204.5 on Prizepicks, I believe. Yeah, 204.5, which you can get on Prizepicks. This gives you a 7x on Prizepicks if you lock it in. On Parlay Play, the value is... Original line is sitting at 206.5. So I'd probably buy him down to 199 instead of playing 206. This gives us a 7.8x. If we play him at 206, the payout goes up to a 8.6x, man, for 207. I'd probably have to take that, man. I think we're going to play this for an 8.6x for two grand, man. I think we got to run this 4-man. I'm going to break them up into 2-mans as well. But let's take a look at Sam Darnold. So 206.5 is what I'm going to put this line at, or I'll put it at 204.5 for Prizepicks. Most of you guys play on Prizepicks, but catch this line 15 of 18 games last season. Obviously, Minnesota threw the ball a lot, but if you look at Seattle last year, they passed the ball 63% of the time. They got themselves a pretty decent throwing quarterback. Sam Darnold averaged 253 passing yards per game last season. They're going against the Niners. This is going to be a tough game for the Seahawks, in my opinion. I lean for the 49ers to win this game, which means that Seattle would be trailing if the game goes the way I think. Seattle, Trailing would mean they would throw the ball more. If you look at the passing yards in this game, or passing yards allowed from San Francisco last year, 5th in the league passing defense, giving up 193 passing yards per game. So pretty solid defense. Head-to-head, Sam Darnold had 268 passing yards last season versus San Francisco. So we'll see how this goes, man. I'm expecting the Niners to come out here and win. Christian McCaffrey, I'm not sure if he's good to go or not. That's going to be a big player for that team, but we'll see what happens, man. Regardless, I think Sam Darnold throws for 205 passing yards for sure. That's just my opinion. He had 3 games last year where he didn't. He averaged 32.5 pass attempts per game. Some of these games getting over 40. They're going to be pass heavy again this year, in my opinion, and I think Darnold cashes this out. So that being said, guys, that's going to be all I have for player props. You're going to see me lock in this slip last for $2,000. You guys can see the payout, $21.60. And I'm going to go to track picks. I got a couple of college football slips that I gave for free that are locked in. But you guys can see this 4-man here. Sam Darnold, Derrick Henry, Fairburn, and Bo Nix. I will be like mixing these up in 2-mans. So I'll probably run like Darnold and Henry and Fairburn and Nix, or some way I'm going to run these in 2-mans, and I'm going to post the slips in the Discord. Obviously, you guys can mix and match them however you want. I'm feeling the cash on this, guys, for $2,000. But we'll see what happens. That being said, that's all I have for today, guys. So if you enjoyed the video, if you do me a huge favor, leave a like and comment on here. I really would appreciate it. Hopefully, we have a good day for you guys. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for Monday Night Football game, which we'll talk about too. We got the Bears taking on, who are the Bears playing? Minnesota. So Vikings versus the Bears for the Monday night game. And hopefully, we have a good game there as well. But anyways, hope you guys have an awesome day, and I'll see you in the next one.